Hi, my name's Laura. I first went to China in 2016 with the China teaching experience. This coming semester will be my third year now as an English teacher in China. So Andy has asked me to put together a video predominantly talking about the teaching aspect of the experience. So I suppose starting from the beginning, I was very nervous before I went out, naturally, as is to be expected. I didn't really have any sort of classroom experience. I'd certainly never taught before. And I was really worried, that just having the TEFL wasn't going to be good enough to see me through a year teaching in a foreign country where I don't speak the language. I couldn't guarantee how well the kids would understand me and my stupid accent and, a whole mess of stuff to be worried about. But I'm here to tell you that you do not need to worry at all. Teaching in China, it came so easily. It came a lot more easily than I would have expected. I remember walking into my very first lesson on my very first day, and like 16-year-old kids sat there waiting for me to speak, and I was like, oh my God, I cannot do this. So I tried to play it cool. Cool foreign teacher Laura. I was like, yo, dude, what's up? Let's learn some English. And they were like, what? And I was like, okay, let's do this properly. I introduced myself. I got to know them. And it turned out that these kids were just as nervous and excited as I was, And it turned out that they were so sweet. They were such lovely, warm, welcoming kids. The entire school was. All of the staff were absolutely brilliant. If I ever had any problems, there was always someone willing to help me, whether it was like a senior member of staff, like head of department or whatever, or even just a TA. I could go to them with any problems or issues, and they would always help me to the best of their abilities. And the kids as well. I got to know the kids really well, because they were so excited about having a foreign teacher and so friendly that, I made a really good connection with these kids. And the more I got to know the kids, the more I could use that to my advantage in the classroom. It gave me an ability to adapt my teaching style, maybe change my approach as to how I managed different classes with different abilities and the kids that I knew in those classes. So, the staff and the kids in particular were a really, really good help for settling in to that teaching environment, regardless of how little experience you have. Another thing that I would say was I did actually use the internet a lot for resources and ideas on what to do in the classroom. And it's amazing how much stuff there is online. Like some classes who I would maybe play more games with, whose oral English ability wasn't that good, I'd just Google like classroom games, like literally just classroom games, and I'd find things that I could maybe adapt, depending on the class that it was. I'd find worksheets, I'd maybe make my own worksheets, I'd maybe do projects or role play. Oh God, trying to get some of these kids to do role play was absolute jokes. And it was great crack, and I loved it and they loved it. And the more fun the lesson was, the more engaged they were, obviously, and the more they learned. I'd definitely say don't be worried. Don't let it get to you, the actual teaching aspect of it. Don't think, oh my God, I've got no experience, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, nobody does. It's fine. We're all just thrown in at the deep end, but we all manage, Take advantage of everything that is thrown your way. Like I say, the staff in the school, the kids, get to know the kids. Honestly, it helps so much. And the internet is a brilliant resource. Andy provides, previous years' PowerPoints and things. They're great. You can modify and edit those to your liking, or you can use them as is if you want to be super lazy. I did that a few times and it worked out great. But overall, don't be nervous. Don't worry about it. Don't be afraid. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, you'll absolutely love it. You'll love the whole China experience, and you won't want to go home. I was only supposed to go out there for 1 year. Then I was going to come home and go back to uni, but I'm starting my third year now, so never mind. You know, it just shows how great, you know, the whole China experience is. And teaching is, of course, only part of it. It's not the be all and end all, and you will get there, you will manage, and you'll have other teachers, of course, to help you. So look forward to it. Look at it as a challenge, an exciting new challenge, and you'll do absolutely fine.